What's up, Ravens fans? It's time to hear from you guys in this week's Ravens Mailbag. Cassie Calvert is here filling in for Ryan Mink. The draft is now in the books, but there's still lots of questions about what the Ravens could do to add to this roster, and that's where we're going to start this week. This question comes to us from Twitter, and the question here is, what position is most likely for the Ravens to add a veteran to the mix? Well, I'll point to outside linebacker. Before the draft, the Ravens had Ziggy Ansah come into the building. He's a pass rusher here who's been pretty prolific over the course of his career. I know the Ravens added Jalen Ferguson in the third round, and he has more sacks in college football than anybody that's ever played college football. But they lost two pass rushers. They lost to Darius Smith and Terrell Suggs. So I still think that if they have an opportunity to add Ansah or another veteran pass rusher, if one comes available now or in training camp, I think that's the most likely spot.
I'd also look to inside linebacker. I think that's a position that a lot of pundits were kind of looking at the Ravens to address in this draft. Didn't necessarily love the draft class or how the board fell there, but Eric DeCosta also talked about how he really feels comfortable with Peanut in there and Kenny Young. So we'll see during training camp, perhaps, if those guys are able to step up and fill in that role, but there could also bring someone in there as well.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's keep it moving here. The next question comes from Nyan, and Nyan wants to know, do you think that Hollywood will pick up a little more weight as he progresses through the season?
So the tricky thing with Hollywood is he is dealing with that Liz Frank injury, and Eric DeCosta said they expect him to be ready for training camp, but they're going to be cautious with that. You don't want to rush a rookie coming in here trying to do too much right away, but I'm sure Steve Saunders is itching to get him into the weight room when he is cleared. We have plenty of time. They feel good about his timetable, so I'm sure come training camp he'll be in the weight room, and I'd expect to see him put on a little more muscle as he prepares for the NFL season.
I mean, look, Hollywood's a small guy. He's about 165, 170 pounds, so size is not what his greatest strength is. I mean, his greatest strength is speed. So will he bulk up over time this year and for years to come? Sure, I think he's going to pack on a little more muscle. But the biggest thing for him is getting those wheels healthy so he can get out there and run around. All right, final question today. This one comes from Jackie Chung, and the question here is, with having so many running backs, will guys like Gus Edwards and Kenneth Dixon be potential trade pieces? I don't really see the Ravens looking to trade one of these running backs, especially Gus. I mean, Gus, before the Ravens added Mark Ingram and then Justice Hill in the draft, he was the expected starter. He still could go into the season potentially as a starter. I don't think the Ravens are going to run the ball a ton. They're going to be probably a team that runs the ball more than anybody else in the NFL. And in order to be able to do that, you need to have a good stable of running backs. So you could be in a situation where you have Mark Ingram get 15 carries, Gus Edwards get 15 carries, Justice Hill get 5 to 10 carries. I mean, even Kenneth Dixon, they had 4 running backs on the roster at times last year. I don't see the Ravens really looking to trade any of these guys, especially right now.
And the thing with Kenneth Dixon, too, is can he stay healthy for this season? So they wanted him on the field. When he's been on the field, he has been productive. So can he stay healthy, keep that roster spot? You also have DeLance Turner and Tyler Urban there who will be competing for spots come training camp as well. So it'll be interesting to see those last couple spots on the roster, how those shake out.
Yeah, running back's a fun position, and that's going to be a position to watch for sure.
Definitely.
In training camp. Now, look, we love to hear from you guys every single week, so send in those questions on social media using the hashtag RavensMailbag. Thanks for watching. Cassie, thanks for filling in for Ryan Mink. Catch you guys later.